everybody. I am Barb Steinberg, and I happen to be a teen life coach for girls. I was recently in a therapy session of my own, sharing a story about my dad's death when I was a teenager. And it was this aha moment for me of yet another reason why I became a teen life coach, why I've dedicated my whole life to teen girls and their parents. When I was 18, I was a senior in high school in New Jersey, and my dad had oat cell carcinoma, it's a lung cancer with a 1% chance of living. And he was diagnosed with that fall of my junior year. So he was ill for a year. I say ill, I didn't really connect that my dad was sick. I knew it intellectually, but he kept going to work, kept putting on his Army uniform and going to his office to be the chief of staff of Fort Dix, New Jersey. So in my head, one of my coping mechanisms at that time was to be in denial. And I just thought, well, my dad's going to be the 1%. He's not going to, he's going to be okay. I didn't even let myself think of death. So Christmas Eve morning, my senior year of high school, my dad died at home with my whole family around him and with him, other than my little sister who was 8 at the time. No, she was 10 at the time. So we were with him when he died at home. And because we lived in an army base and he was the chief of staff, they needed to bring in a new soldier to replace him to be the chief of staff. And so my family had 6 weeks left, or 6 weeks to leave our house so that the new person could move in. Me being a senior in high school, I guess there probably was an option that I could leave, but it wasn't an option in my mind. I wasn't going to leave with only a few months left in my senior year with all of my friends and boyfriend. And obviously I wanted to stay and finish out my senior year. So my mom, she gave me 3 options of where I could go, and I picked one and lived with this woman who happened to be a nurse. She was about 4 doors down. I didn't really know her very well. So I moved in with her from December till June when I graduated. She didn't have any kids. She certainly had never been around teenagers much, and yet she invited me to come live with her. So needless to say, that was weird, right? Can you imagine living in a stranger's home when you're a senior? And my dad had just died. So there I am. My dad had just died. My whole family moved to Texas. I'm in New Jersey, living with a stranger. The morning that day that my dad died, my best friend Kristen in 10th grade, she called me. And so I had to tell her, my dad died today. And that was really the only person that I remember directly telling that my dad had died. I'm sure, being a teenager, I'm sure she let other people know in our friend group. And obviously I told my boyfriend, but I don't remember telling him that. And I can remember after the fact that after Christmas break, I went back to school. I didn't tell any teachers what had happened. I didn't tell a counselor what had happened. No one told. My mom didn't tell the counselor. Nobody knew. Of course, teenagers being teenagers, they weren't going to bring it up to me because they had no idea what to say. It's a very uncomfortable topic even for adults. So often people just avoid it. So I was relaying this in therapy, and I was saying, where were the adults? Where were the adults? I was 18. I had absolutely no idea how to handle the devastating loss. I didn't even know what I was feeling. I didn't even know what was okay to feel. I didn't even know how to communicate about it. No one brought it up. There were no adults that stepped in and said, hey, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Do you need anything? Why don't you come over to dinner at our house once a week and you can be a part of our family for a little bit? Oh, it's prom. Your mom lives in Texas. why don't I go and take you out and help you shop for your prom dress or your graduation dress or whatever it is? So, in thinking back to that time, I was thinking, where were the adults? So it's no surprise that here I am when I became an adult. What did my heart want to do? I just wanted to work with teenagers. I just wanted to work with teens and with girls and help them. It's not a surprise that I got from there, you know, the teen girl that had so much, you know, trauma and change in such a short amount of time. I went from that girl to the adult that just wanted to help girls to be okay and wanted to open their hearts, that I wanted to be the adult in their life, one of the adults, to help them to be okay and to help them to get through and to help them to know their strengths, to be a listening, non-judgmental ear for them to share how they're feeling. So for me, that was a huge factor, and I didn't know it then, but a huge driving factor that got me to where I am today, to want to be the person, a person in teen girls' lives and be their coach. So, having said that, if you find that your girl does need an extra person in her corner to support her and guide her and listen to her and remind her that she is not alone and that she is more than okay, I would love to be that person. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great day.